All right, so we've been out here for
like 45 minutes.
And it's been our third day. We actually got to see the Northern Lights. It's a little emotional.
It's just something I've wanted to see forever. I've imagined it in my head. We officially made it to northern Sweden and it's snowing and cold. But we made it before nightfall. Yay. But hopefully tonight we will see the Northern Lights. If not tonight, we have 2 more nights. Fingers crossed.
It's the first activity and we're actually going dog sledding. And look at our outfits. Look at Colette. Doesn't she look like Ralphie?
I can't put my arms down.
So we're all dressed up, ready to go. Fortunately, they had boots and what would you call these? Onesies?
You have a onesie, I have overalls.
And we're ready to go. We're gonna go meet the dogs right now. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, let me pet you. You want something to eat. All right, so we've made it to meet the dogs and we have Hebby and Frodo, and they aren't too interested in us. They basically just want some food. So I know some of you out there might be saying that dog sled is cruel and punishment for the dogs. Trust me, it's not. We are dog lovers through and through. Colette actually waves to dogs as we walk down the street.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? You just say hi.
One of the first things we did before we got to Sweden is did a little research to find out, is this healthy? Is this good for the dogs? And what we found out was that it is. These dogs love to run.
These dogs are bred to run and they are so happy when they're running and they're actually really sad when they're not running. And we checked out their environment because that's a huge thing. How are they kept? Where do they sleep? How many times a day do they run? Is it healthy for them? It would be hard to run these dogs into the ground. We visited where these dogs slept and it was a very healthy environment. They each have their own little home, they get fed regularly, and they have plenty of time to rest. So don't worry, these dogs are very healthy and happy.
We're here with the lead dogs, and what do you have to say, guys? You heard it right here in Swedish Lapland. We are currently mushing through the Swedish Lapland countryside with 6 trusty
Alaskan Huskies. And it's amazing. It's actually very quiet and peaceful. The dogs are loud and barking when they're sitting still, but when they are mushing and pulling, that's what they're bred to do, and they are ecstatic. You know what's amazing is they all have different personalities. There's the crazy one, there's the quiet one, there's the really fast one. But I think we all have our favorites, and Helga, you hold a special place in our heart.
We got about, how much feet of snow on the ground? I would say about...
Fresh? Fresh is
fresh
about 2
snow,
feet.
2 feet of fresh snow on the ground as we ride through Swedish Lapland with not a soul in sight. All right, so we just finished our reindeer sandwiches.
We had sunny buns by the fire, by the lake, while the dogs rested, but you can hear them in the background. They're anxious, they're ready to finish up the day.
They're ready to race.
That's right.
And so are we.
Mush!
Mush, mush. And we made it back after a day out on the snow. I think their friends are happy to see them.
Hey guys!
So it was our first full day in Swedish Lapland, and I think it was a success. We were very, very Swedish today.
We went dog sledding. We made tons of friends.
We ate lingonberries and Swedish pancakes, and we went dog sledding. I mean, does it get more Swedish than that?
And it's the first day. So Swedish Lapland isn't the easiest thing to get to. You have to take numerous flights. First off, you fly into Stockholm.
That's right. So to get to Swedish Lapland, you have to fly into Stockholm. There are no other flights that fly up to Swedish Lapland. So first, take a flight to Stockholm. There are flights directly from the US, from LA, from Chicago, from New York, directly to Stockholm. Then you take a little hopper flight on SAS and you fly up to Luleå. Did I say that right?
I think so. Luleå?
Spelled Luleå.
Is it really pronounced Luleå?
I don't know.
I thought it was Luleå the whole time.
Luleå?
And once you land in Luleå, it's just a short 1 hour ride to get to the spot we stayed at, which is the Treehotel.
So this is the way that we get down from our UFO for our daily shower. Got all of our gear ready to go, bundled up for the snow.
We stayed at the iconic Treehotel, and this is a collection of, wait for it, tree houses. That's right, they have 8 tree houses, all designed by different artists, from a UFO to a cabin to
a mirrored cube, and even a palatial room that you can watch the Northern Lights right from your bed. That's pretty cool. We were given special access to come check out one of the coolest tree houses, or hotel rooms, whatever you want to call it, at the Treehotel. We're at
the cabin.
And we're about to go check it out. Come along, let's go see what it's like. We've stayed in, I don't even know, how many hotels have we stayed in?
Hundreds, if not thousands of hotels.
I think this is probably one of the best views to wake up to.
So you can see the river and hundreds of trees in this amazing Swedish winter wonderland. It's gorgeous here.
Now it is a little snug in here. As you can see, you have the bed, that's the entrance, and then the bathroom is right there. So it's, what, the size of an RV? Maybe. You don't need much room. You're going to be out snowmobiling, dog sledding, hiking, basically just being a pure Swede. It's our final activity in Sweden. It is snowmobiling, and hopefully we find a moose.
Ah! Here we come, moose.
So we just saw 2 moose in the wild. This landscape is absolutely stunning. The sun is just setting slowly because we're so far north, and it finally came out. Hopefully we get the northern lights tonight. So first we saw several moose, or meeses? And now we just came across a herd of wild reindeer, and there are approximately 50 reindeer just hanging out, chilling, all relaxed, and they're all right back there in the background.
Is that our dinner? Walking in a winter wonderland.
So we were just snowmobiling. Can't even talk.
My lips are a little numb.
Yeah, so we were just snowmobiling through the most majestic winter wonderland.
It's amazing.
Everything is white, as you can see behind us. And as Colette described it, what is it?
It looks like an animated Disney movie. I've never seen something look so beautiful in real life. I felt like I was a Disney princess snowmobiling through the Swedish mountains up to this amazing cabin overlooking the most incredible Swedish Lapland sunset.
Look at these colors though. We got clear skies.
Oh.
I mean, you have these just trees covered in snow. It's absolutely stunning all around us. And this is it. This is like, we came, where's the trail? Right back through there. We're on top of this mountain. We're gonna go have some hot lingonberry juice of some sort.
I need to warm up.
Let's go.
Wow.
So our time here in Sweden is just about done. We're on top of a mountain and we got to take the best way home, which is using a snowmobile. So we just sat up here with some new friends from Spain next to the fire, surrounded by this
Beautiful landscape. Look at that.
And we got to watch the sunset tonight, which is the first time we've seen a sunset in Sweden because it's been snowing so much, which was also really cool to see. But I think this is the perfect way to end our beautiful time in Sweden.
So we have one more night. We're hoping we get to see the Northern Lights. But if not,
Fingers
it's been
crossed.
an amazing trip.
So one of the best things to see while you're up in Lapland is the Northern Lights. This is why we went there, and this is why almost everyone heads up to that cold tundra of Sweden, Finland, and Norway. Now, there are a few things you need to know before you head up there.
So I know this might be counterintuitive, seeing as we flew all the way to Swedish Lapland just to see the Northern Lights, but don't fly to Swedish Lapland just to see the Northern Lights. Why? Because the Northern Lights are not guaranteed to show up. Make sure to plan other activities because the Northern Lights are fickle.
The Northern Lights are dependent on weather, other astrophysical things that, who knows, we don't understand.
What he said.
You should download one of the Aurora forecasting apps.
Yes, so this app right here, it will show you the best locations in the world to see the aurora, and you can check your specific location of where you are. And it will tell you an hour-by-hour forecast of when the Northern Lights are gonna show. And you're gonna want a KP index of at least a 3 to maybe see the Northern Lights. But in our case, we went out and we stayed there for a few hours in hopes that we would see them, and they come in flares, in waves. So don't go solely off of the Aurora app, but use it as a guide.
So another one of our recommendations is to get a hotel room where you can see the Northern Lights from your room. Unfortunately, ours didn't, so we had to step outside in the sub-zero temperatures, and let me tell you, it was cold. But it was worth it. So if you can, and you can get a nice room, get one that has a nice view of the Northern Lights.
All right, so we've been out here for, what, how long?
Probably like 45 minutes, maybe?
We've been out here for 45 minutes, and it's been our third day in Sweden, and it turns out we actually got to see the Northern Lights. Now, I have to be honest, they're not as bright in real life as they are in this photo that we're going to show you. Coco is a little
emotional.
Sorry, we're having trouble with the lights. She's a little emotional.
It's just something I've wanted to see forever. I've imagined it in my head. And Scott's right, it's not going to be as bright in real life as it is in this photo that we're showing you. But there's still something magical, something mystical about seeing nature do its thing. I mean, I'm kind of speechless right now, and it's a little
Yeah, we're going to enjoy the rest of the lights.
emotional.
We've been out here for 45 minutes freezing, but we've all bundled up. We're going to enjoy the lights before our 4 a.m. flight. No, 6 a.m. flight back home.
We're leaving in just a few hours, but we thought it's worth it to stay up if we see them just for a moment, because the Northern Lights are fleeting, just like the magical moments of life. And so it's worth it to stay out here, just if you can see it just for one magical moment with the love of your life. I'm gonna go cry now.
Bye, guys. Hi, guys. I'm Scott.
And I'm Colette.
And we are Romaru.
And if you want to see the most epic travel adventures around the world,
Then please subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Bye.
So many pups, so little time.